Some of you may be wondering why we have undertaken this cause of ours.
Some of you may be thinking, why do a play and why not to be in a play?
Well, we'll tell you why. Because somewhere in this nation of ours, the natural order is being violated.
Yes, unbelievable and horrifying as it may sound. Right now, some unsuspecting child might be bursting through the door of her abode shouting,
"Hey Mom, guess what? I'm going to be in a play."
And instead of the appropriate response that a child should get at such an ominous announcement.
Mom, where are you?
Tap around here. What did you just say?
Tap.
You just swear.
No, I just said, I will be just across your place from my favorite cat. What is my favorite one? Just continually disturbing. Say it again, tell me. Slowly. I got a part in this school play.
No! Come on, no!
What's the matter with you? What were you thinking? I know I shouldn't have left before that sad animal, but not this.
I tried to be a good mother. Where did I go wrong?
Mom, it's not your fault. See what you've done? I'm pulling the moon trick. I'm pulling an exorcist.
I'm a failure!
It's not that completely natural and a proper response. Somewhere in this great but confused country of ours, this is happening. Hey Mom, Dad, Jenny's there. Hey everybody!
What's up, Sammy? Who's doing all the yelling?
Honey, what's the matter?
This better be this word.
I have my very, very important thing. And I'm gonna be serious.
Well, Uncle Sam, I got crab roast in order.
I got a part in the play. I'm going to be in the play.
Congratulations.
Sick. Children of all ages are continuing to contract this scourge program.
And are actually being congratulated for it.
Really sick. That is why we're generously contributing our time,
Our talents.
Our energy, hard quality hours glued to the telephone screen.
To bring you
20-something reasons not to be in a play. Reason number 14.
Abraham Lincoln. Oh yeah.
Number 15. Because your father has a mental disease.
Dad, what are you doing?
Oh, don't mind me.
He has an unnatural affection for an inanimate object.
Dad, I'm studying.
Study away.
He's in love with his
I'm just adding to the family archive with my
ultra
Zoom hyperpixelated, extremely expensive digital camera.
Not only is he compelled to take hundreds of pictures of you and your fellow family members, but he has to show you every shot.
Check this one out. You look, I don't know, tinsy.
Dad, please.
Okay. Your mom's clipping the dog's nails. I'm gonna go get that.
You, being in a play, a golden photo opportunity for even a normal parent, would be disastrous in your household.
You're in a play?
Dad, don't overreact. You don't need to.
Oh my gosh, I need to get finished shots of you the moment I first found out.
It would take him from neurotic to psychotic,
The finish shots of me the moment I first found out.
from annoying to insufferable.
Honey, that was a great first impression.
Dad, all we did was read through the script.
I got 4 to 27 shots trying to switch batteries.
He will no longer be your father. He will become a live-in digital photo stalker.
Check this one out. It's you trying on your costume. And here's one of you trying on your costume half a second later.
Dad, I need to get some sleep.
In a minute. Check this one out. Your director's about to hit me with his clipboard. Here's about to call me
It's
out.
3 o'clock in the morning, Dad.
You know what? I'm gonna get a new camera for opening night. I'll be able to capture every moment. Every moment.
You see, as the weeks go by, your patience will erode.
Dad, I'm warning you. Do not come to rehearsal.
Check out this new lens. Wow, talks about definition. The minute on the director's word tastes like a swollen river.
As he sinks deeper into his madness, your exasperation will rise into desperation.
Dad, if I look at another picture, I swear I will not be accounted for mine.
Check this one out when you're pulling your hair so the roots are bleeding.
You will snap.
Hey. Where's my camera?
You will commit a heinous crime.
I swear I just sat down for a second and somewhere.
You will enjoy his pain.
Oh my, what is that gleaming out on the lawn? It looks like shards of metal and glass. It looks like the destroyed remains of
You will discover a sadistic side of yourself that you never knew existed.
my camera!
Your father and you will never be the same again.
Hey. I once had a camera. A pretty little camera. I sang to it. I even took pictures with it until it... I once had a camera. Reason number 16.
Because if you're in a play, when the play is over, they'll want to have a cast party, which is okay, except it'll be at this boy named Peter's house, who you kind of find fairly attractive. Which is okay, except sometimes when you look at the shape of his face and the depth of his dimples, you start to wonder about the possible names and genders of the offspring you two might produce together. Which is totally okay, except he may have no idea if you have a crush on him. Which is okay, except that the cast party is at his house. So Peter's mother is going to make this pink, fluffy salad sort of stuff with strawberry jello and Cool Whip and canned fruit cocktail in it, which is okay, except when you were 4 years old, you sort of loved this stuff so much that one New Year's Eve, you took a whole bowl of it off the buffet table, and you literally sat under the table with the bowl and a giant soup spoon, and yeah. By the time your parents pretty much found you, you had practically OD'd on stuff, which is okay, except now every time you look at the pink fluffy stuff, you get that puky feeling. Which is okay, except at the cast party, somebody might just come up with this big mound of this stuff with little bits of fruit poking out of it like body parts in a zombie movie, and hold it right up to your face, right under your nose, and be like, don't you just love this pink, fluffy stuff? Which is okay, which is totally okay, except not only will you get that puky feeling, you'll literally know you're about to go worship the porcelain god. Which is okay, except on your 100-meter dash to the bathroom, who would be in your way but your future husband for all time and eternity, Peter, is about to smile and show you his dimples, when all of a sudden, you make that horrible noise and you just vomit all over his brand new jet black Converse All-Stars that he bought just for the party. And that will definitely not be okay.
Reason number 17. Overgrown zucchini. Reason number 18.
Because when you're in a play, the makeup people sometimes tell you, a guy, that you have to wear lipstick and blush. And they never have the colors that set off your natural skin tones.
Number 19. Conjunctivitis.
Yeah.
What?
Never mind, conjunctivitis or whatever.
Conjunctivitis.
Right. Reason number
20.
Because you've got a little sister, 2 years old, and last night you watched your mom try to feed her peas.
No! I don't want you to eat. Don't want. You have to eat the pea. I don't want your pea. Don't want it. No.
Wasn't that beautiful? No reasoning, no logic, just a pure reaction.
Honey, why are you doing this? I hate these. I hate the plant.
You watched your little sister throw a fit over the peas. You thought, wasn't that beautiful?
you go read strong.
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want it. I don't want it because I don't want it.
That's no reason.
Don't want it.
Everyone, form your thing completely unreasonable. Come on, let's be in a play.
Now wasn't that beautiful?
Number 21. Because when you're doing stuff in the play, you might hurt your left pinky finger. Yeah. And you know, well, you never know, but the way science is going, you've got a pretty good idea that someday they're going to come out and say that the whole key to your entire health system isn't your heart or your spine or your lungs or even your brain. It's your left hand pinky finger. And you'll be really old and feeling crummy, and you'll hear the science people say that, and you'll look at your ruined left hand pinky finger, and you'll say, "Rats, that darn play, rats."
Region number 22.
Because generally, you're very even-tempered. However, there's a spot very deep down within you, like lava inside you.
And a certain thing that can happen to you when you're in a play is like a drill reaching that dangerous place inside of you.
Exactly. This trigger, this drill, if you will, is something called stepping on.
You have your lines in the play, of course, and other actors have their lines. Once one person says their lines, the next person should come in.
But when an actor gets anxious, or perhaps selfish, they will come in too quickly. Thus,
It'll drive you crazy to step on lines. You, once a sane and calm person, will feel yourself starting to boil.
yes, and when you boil, when this lava inside has been tapped, your voice starts to get higher and louder.
The tension will build like a pressure cooker. To your utter embarrassment, the audience utter shock, you'll just have to scream.
Stop stepping on my lines!
Region number 23.
Happens pilot.
Mia?
Hello, mate. How odd and entirely unnecessary for you to address me at this particular moment.
Well, I just wanted to.
When we should, for the sake of pace, be moving with maximum expediency to the announcement of our next reason. Hey, Pop?
Yeah, sure, but
Unless you have made it your top priority to question the veracity of each and every reason I have proposed so far.
no, that's not it.
Because such questioning would indicate a lack in trust in me, and trust is the very cement that holds any organization together. Do you not trust me, Nate?
No, I mean, I don't. It's not that. I
Perhaps
don't.
you think my reasons are insipid to Jake's repeated plays are lame. Is that it?
I don't know what insipid means, but I'm pretty sure it's not a compliment.
Do not tax yourself, Jake.
You know what, Mia? You're lame.
Ooh, I am hurt. You have wounded me to the very core.
You think you're...
Lay down.
She's
Jake,
so...
lie down. Relax.
What I think Nate is trying to say, Mia, is not that he doesn't trust you, but that he and many of us, and perhaps many of these people, are simply curious about the reasons you presented. They're fascinating, but just a bit cryptic. Would you like to tell us more?
Is that what you meant, Nathaniel? Or did you simply not know how to broach your distrust in me until Dal swept in and exonerated me with her euphemistic phraseology? Are you hoping that Dal just rescued your sorry-eyed Nate?
Kind of, yeah, but what I was trying to say.
As I thought, so be it. At the risk of insulting various intelligences up here and out there, I'll elucidate how my reasons for not being a play are not only valid, but absolutely correct. My first reason, Abraham Lincoln. Long recognized as one of our greatest presidents, Mr. Lincoln was shot and killed in a theater after watching a play by an actor. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, I never said I didn't trust you, Mia.
My second reason, overgrown zucchini. At various points in history, audience displeasure at poor theatrical performance has been expressed in the throwing of overripe vegetables. Given the cyclical nature of fashion, such a tradition could well return. And if, while performing a play, one were clobbered by a vegetable as substantial as an overgrown zucchini, one might be rendered unconscious, perhaps even comatose. Does that make sense now, Nate?
Yeah, sure.
Mia's third reason, conjunctivitis.
Also colloquially known as pink eye, this highly contagious and irritating malady can be easily spread amongst cast members while performing a play because they foolishly, wantonly share mascara in preparation for stage appearance. Satisfactory, dear Nathaniel?
Mia!
And my final reason, half-inch plywood. One common error in theatrical construction when amateurs, rather than professionals, are often engaged is the utilization of too-thin plywood, otherwise known as platforms. Specifically, these novices will construct platforms of 1/2 inch rather than 3/4 inch, thinking that the 1/4 inch will not much matter. But when these insufficiently supported platforms are elevated several feet above the stage floor and are overlaid with too many uninformed actors, this might as well cause them to plummet onto the stage floor, injured not only by the fall, but by the lethal shards of wood and metal that might have killed them on the way down. Nathaniel, are you now, in fact?
Mia, I never said I doubted your reasons. It's just, I really love your voice. I love it.
Well, then indeed this might lead us into another reason entirely.
Keep talking.
Number 24.
Because your previously impervious intellect might suddenly be perforated by an unusual sensation.
Perforated. Beautiful word. Beautifully said.
You, once priding yourself on your logical detachment, might find yourself unexpectedly breathless.
And
flooded with oh, Nate!
Oh,
Reason number 25. Because at your school, this year, 4 key elements are poised combined to spell out the destruction of the entire civilized world. The entire civilized world. Well, that sounds pretty much like the biggest reason I've ever heard.
That's like a big planner.
Agreed. We need to start again.
Reasons number 25, 26, and 27.
Because at your school, this year, they've heard it, 4 key elements are poised combined to spell the destruction of the entire civilized world. Yes, like highly reactive chemicals in a laboratory wrestling shells apart. 4 dangerous events occurred, all centering on Kingsley Jr. High in Normal, Illinois. First dangerous event. 3 devious and ingenious techies are 8th graders at Kingsley Jr. High School, known within their elite circle as Pyro, Flame, and Nitro.
dude, we are 8th graders.
Dude, we own the auditorium.
Dude, we know the technology.
Dude, this is our year to rule.
Second dangerous event. The director of the Kingsley Drama Department, Ms. Morton, wants a spectacular ending to this year's play.
I want people to be astounded. I want them to be practically blasted out of their seats. I want to be one of the highest points of the audience members' lives. I want to be
Third dangerous event. Corbell Abel, 97 years old, born and raised in Normal, Illinois, has just released the secret ingredient.
Just a pinch of vinegar. That's the key.
To her famous whoopie pies to her daughter, Marilyn Grayson, who baked a large batch of these confections for her granddaughter, Dana Nicholson, who brought them to a bake sale for their drama department.
Try my great-grandmother's recipe for whoopie pies. They're great.
Holy Toledo, these are amazing!
Give me one. I want a dozen.
I would think that I have to have another!
Everyone's whoopie pies. What do we do?
Supply and demand, Dana charges $5 a pie.
I'm thinking, 20! Give me that whoopie bar!
Final dangerous event. The tiny, previously unknown island nation of Turkestan has decided to form a government and assert itself on the world stage as a force to be reckoned with. Though Turkestan has no exports, not the slightest inkling of a viable economy, they do happen to have nuclear long-range weapon capabilities. The estate of China Church St. Stanius have decided the quickest way to make their mark would be to declare war. Seeing as how they hold no grudges whatsoever against any other nation on earth, they are currently engaged for searching for an enemy. How, you might well ask, are these four elements related? And how could they possibly combine to spell out the destruction of the entire civilized world? Got that point. It's a very big point. Granted, please continue. Please observe the chain of events that brought the four elements together. First, this morning, approached pyro, flame, and nitro with her vision.
I'm looking for Valley, all the Valley's ladies.
Are we talking major lightage before?
Lights galore, Pyro. We're talking special effects, dude. Bigger the better, Flame. We talking pyrotechnics, dude. Pull out all the stops, Nitro.
Awesome! Wait, Captain Emanator, what kind of budget are we looking at? Bummer.
Just now, however, Dana Nicholson made the second crucial connection.
Mrs. Morton! Nina, what is it? What's wrong? Mrs. Morton, you won't believe what just happened at the John McCliff bake sale. My great-grandmother's recipe for whoopie pies are like a phenomenon. We auctioned the last one off for $75. We set up a website and all my orders are just pouring in. Does that mean the drama budget is serious? We're gonna have all the money we can possibly need, Mrs. Morton. But I gotta get back to the table. We're being mobbed.
Guys, are you beginning to get the picture? With virtually limitless funds, these three techies have been working on creating the most phenomenal moments of the light ever seen. They've been toiling away in the darkness of the auditorium, rewiring, redesigning, reconfiguring the space to accommodate a pyrotechnic and lighting event unparalleled in theatrical history.
Dude, we could wire a cannon just over the stage. It could, blast a ton of confetti over the audience.
Yeah, and then we could bring up the speakers to this mega blast super decibels. It'll let them out of their seats, dude. We can torch the lights.
The lights. Gnarly.
Just days ago, they ran a test.
Okay, guys, on three. Flame, you can plunger.
Done. I'll pull the switch.
I've got control panel. Ready?
Ready.
Miss Morton, you watch it. This is about half of what we're gonna do. So you're gonna have to use your imagination, right?
Fire away, my tricky wonder games. I'm ready.
All right, guys. 1, 2, 3. Righteous!
I'm going to be a legend.
This test, ladies and gentlemen, was witnessed not just by Miss Morton and her three integrity minions. It did not just merely trigger a brief power outage in the tri-state area and send a deluge of calls about UFO sightings to the area police stations. No, it was witnessed by none other than the estate of China Church St. Stanius. The estate of China Church St. Stanius has centered their attention on normal. They made your school their enemy. They are watching, waiting for the slightest provocation. Do you see now? Do you understand the seriousness of this message? If you were to play, any of you, if you give Pyroclame and Nitro, funded by great-grandmother Amy's whoopie pies, fueled by Miss Morton's quest for immortality, if you give Pyroclame and Nitro the means to end the fight in the manner which they desire, that could mean the beginning of World War III and the potential destruction of the entire civilized world!